Welcome to another episode of the Greatness Engineering Hour show. It is a pleasure to be back this week and with another greatness engineer, like I call them, another champion, another, amazing guest. And today we're going to talk about a very important subject. We're going to talk about how, to connect with students, to touch their life in a wider sense. And my guest today is Bharti Kakwani. I hope I'm pronouncing it well, but she will have the opportunity to actually let us know how we pronounce it and also get the opportunity to introduce herself. I can give you a introduction about Bharti. She is the author of Love, Life, and You. That's a book that you can find on Amazon, and we'll let you know how you can find this book. She's an innovative educationist. She's also a motivational speaker. She's a content creator, a life coach, and as you can imagine, as well, a published author. And she's a professional trainer, of English language and in India. So today we're going to India, and she will, basically talk about her own experience with, a student, and really, explaining to us as she connect to a deeper level with those students. So just to let us know where you're watching from. Let us know, if you have any question while, I have this conversation with Bharti. And also, don't hesitate to give your perspective, especially if you feel like, it's going to help, the conversation that I'm going to have with Bharti. So sit tight and don't forget, your book, your pen, your notebook, and your pen, so that you can take some notes, because I think you're going to learn a lot today from her. So let's start our conversation, and let's bring Bharti in for this amazing conversation today. Another episode of the Greatness Engineering Hour show, the show that is brought to you by the Bharti Global Leadership Organization.
Real is important is if you just look at the word compassion, when it's behavior, it's something that can be learned, and it is something that we can embody through habits and through our daily actions.
To get this idea that if we interject this wisdom intentionally, I call them needle movers. It's the needle mover that's missing.
Don't deprive the world of your greatness. Please. Don't do that anymore. Dare to excel, dare to be sexy, dare to be you, dare to be the best version of yourself. Impact yourself positively, and from there impact others, and you are not alone.
So welcome, Bharti, to the Greatness Engineering Hour show. It is my pleasure to host you today, and I thank you for gracing the platform of the Greatness Engineering Hour show. And I'm really looking forward to our conversation. But before we start, just want you to introduce yourself to the audience. Let us know who you are and what is the most important thing at this stage to know about you.
Thank you so much for inviting me, first of all, Mireli. So,
Mhm,
as you all know my name, so I'm Bharti Kakwani. I'm a
mhm,
middle school teacher in a government school in India. And I was born and brought up in the city of Agra, the city of seven wonders, Taj Mahal. I
mhm,
completed my graduation over there, and post graduation I have done in English literature. At present,
mhm,
I stay in the most cleanest city in India, known as Indore. I have been
mhm,
working as a principal, corporate trainer, sales trainer, trainer of communicative English and comparative English since 13 years. I've
mhm.
got privileged to train the teachers fraternity in most of the schools in MP. Like I have been working as a resource person for them. I've been blessed enough to be a part of various international conferences as a keynote speaker, guest speaker, and a global convener.
Mhm,
I am on this earth as I'm determined to bring the change in the lives of underprivileged children, particularly through education, because I feel education is a tool which can change their life at 180-degree angle. So I have
mhm,
always been passionate about education, and that is my life mission to ensure that each child, regardless of their background or socioeconomic status, has access to quality education.
mhm.
This
So,
is what all about me.
And it's quite impressive, to listen to, all the, the things that you're doing and all the things that you've been doing, especially for children and especially for children, underprivileged children. We know what education, the importance of education for, especially for underprivileged children. It's a way for them to get out of poverty. So it is important, for them to really get the opportunity to have people who dedicate time for them. And one question that I have, what really led you to, because as a teacher, sometimes we really want to to work with where we have a lot of reward, especially monetary, in terms of monetary, side, on the monetary side. What's really push you to say no, I'm going to choose to work with underprivileged children and really dedicate my time for it? Anything special that happened into your life that actually led to that?
Yeah. So till 2020, I was working as a principal with a handsome amount of salary and
Mm-hmm.
as well as a trainer of communicative English. And when COVID occurred, so I was, on almost on ventilator. I got infection of 99.8% lung infection. So it
Mm-hmm.
was like almost I was about to say goodbye to the world. And
Mm-hmm.
then
Mm-hmm.
I just got the life again. And then I realized that if God has given me a chance to be back on this earth, on this wonderful place to live on, so I have my own moral duties, which was always there in my subconscious that I need to serve society, where I
Mm-hmm.
need to work for the children who really need me, who have the potential, who have that power already in themselves, but they just needed exposure to bring it out in front of the world. So that was a time when I joined in government sector, and I started working for the students, those who really need, those who have potential to work on themselves, but sometimes they don't get proper, proper exposure to the world.
Mm-hmm. 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 And that
And
and you said something really powerful where you said, they already have something in them and you were just here to bring it out. Because I think sometimes that's what we forget is that, every single child has a gift, irrespective of where they live, irrespective of where they are, the condition that they live in. And it's just a matter of finding the right way to bring this gift out and give them the confidence to continue to grow and to continue to, to use this gift. And that's the key point that
Yes.
you just, raise here. Just going to have a short, hello to, we have Jess Page. She's listening to us. And she's also kind of, loving that the fact that children were chosen, and you chosen children and education, which is, a big mission in a way. So how do you, because obviously, we working with children in underprivileged, with of underprivileged background, how do you give them hope? Because, obviously they live in a very, challenging environment. Sometimes they don't even have, the support that is required for them to really first identify the gift that they have, but then keep going and developing this gift. So what are the key things that you do, to really bring this, this faith in themselves and bring this, this gift that they have out? If you can comment on that.
Yeah, sure. So I feel education in its truest sense is not confined to textbook and classrooms only. It
Mm-hmm.
encompasses a holistic development of an individual's characters, values, and their understanding of the world. Like as an educator, our role is not just to impart knowledge, but to instill values that shapes
Mm-hmm.
the moral compass of our student. I still remember in our childhood we used to have a subject on moral science which just disappeared, got extinct with the time being. So it is just their quest that the power of personal touch becomes evident. A personal
Mm-hmm.
touch in education goes beyond merely knowing about the name of every student that generally we do in our class, but it
Mm-hmm.
involves the understanding of their unique backgrounds, from which background they belong to, what are their experiences, what challenges they face, what are their dreams to be fulfilled. It means that being empathic to their needs and aspirations. By
Mm-hmm.
connecting with students on that personal level, we can inspire them, nurture their passions, and guide them through the maze of adolescence and academic challenges and personal challenges, of course, they face nowadays. So, such
Mm-hmm.
kind of connections make it easier to open up and seek guidance whenever they need it, whenever they need to push it up and come in the front.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And that's key, to really look at an individual, the values first, and also look at the individual itself, because what we see with the, most of the in most of the countries still, education is very, standardized, and yet we're dealing with, children who have different, abilities, different way to communicate, and it is important to bring, the right, the right approach to really make sure that the student, show the best and bring the best, and it comes with, like you said, an individualized, way of, putting things together, not just the textbooks, but the holistic approach, as you said, to really get them to actually get interested and valued. I think it's just for them first to get to understand that they are valued, and they will value whatever gift they have, and then they open up to the rest. So that's really powerful. We're gonna have a small break, and we'll be back with Bharti, and I can see that Jess is also continuing to, in to get some insight here. She's a prayer and believer, and remove myself, when they have, and she has spent, I think, 10 years living in to fight for this, for education and for making sure the children get access to the right, to the right education. And so that's, thank you for that, Jess. And because we know what education is really, for a lot of people. It's a salvation, when you get educated, salvation way to really regain, your the belief in yourself, and also try, contribute to the world. So let's have a break, and we will be back with Bharti and continue this very inspiring and very important conversation. So don't go anywhere. We will be back in a few minutes.
When I left Disney, I met lots of people who are entrepreneurs and just said, look, I'm starting. What advice do you have for us? And I got some great advice. And there was a few things that were key. First of all, and as you saw in the video there, keep it simple. Be simple about what problems you solve.
When people think about retirement, Marae, they think about somebody in their 60s and 70s and 80s. When you say retirement, and so when I talk to young people, they almost like disconnect from, well, I'm not ready to retire. And I'm thinking, well, what age? Let's change that word retirement. What age do you want to stop working actively for your income and have your income work for you?
What are you hoping for? That means that there's a future. That means that there's something that you yet still need to be realized and materialized in your life. And if you have lost hope and you're not hoping for something, that means you're lost. So we need to get you back to the place of being able to hope again.
The great Dr. Willie Jolly once said, a setback is just a setup for a comeback. We've had a lot of setbacks over these last many months, and it may have gotten you to the point where you don't think a comeback is ever possible. But I'm here to tell you, it's never too late.
Trust the process. So many times we get stuck and paralyzed from taking the first step and taking action to get out of that transactional to the transformational of our own lives because we're afraid. But trust the process. Take that one little microscopic step. And I tell you that once you do that, that will increase into another step and another step and another step. So that's what I'd like to leave with you today.
You are an original. You don't have to worry about what anybody else is doing. I've had so many people try to mimic or duplicate what I'm doing, and I don't have a problem with that. And I'll tell you why. Because if God didn't give them the exact same vision, it may work, but it won't work like the vision he gave me. So it's really not competition, it's something else. So don't let fear or competition stop you from going forward.
My message for today is delay is not denial. It doesn't matter how long it takes you to accomplish what it is you want to accomplish in life. Do not stop until you get what it is you know God has for you.
Look on it, plan it, see it, anticipate it. Plan what it is that you want to do. Plan where you want to go. See it in your mind, visualize it, and then anticipate it. Know that it's going to happen.
So we are back with Bharti on the Greatness Engineering Hour show. As you can see, there have been so many, wise people graced this platform, and we've been doing it for 4.5 years now, and we learn so much from our guests. And today we have an amazing woman again. We'll continue to learn from her, and especially as we talk about, education of people, of the youngsters, and how we can connect deeply with them to make sure that they really step into the gift that they have. So my question about it is, as you mentioned, we have to bring the holistic approach, to, so how do you work with the system in place? Because you work with the government as well. So how do you work with the system in place, which is very traditional, to bring, to plug this into, into the education? It must be very difficult because you also have to take into account not only the government but also how the economy is structured. So how do you do that?
So sometimes it looks difficult, and sometimes it seems difficult to be there to work with that, to that limited resources, and to work with the people where sometimes you feel stuck that you need to do a lot of things in system, and paperwork and documentation is there a lot. There are times when you don't get time to go even in classes, but then I feel a zeal to teach, a zeal to connect with the students should always be there. Like I have always been, there are so many other duties where in India, people, uh, educators like us get involved into. You must be knowing about election duties, and everywhere we get involved. So there are times when we don't get, sometimes get time to go to the classrooms. But then, if there is a zeal, there is always a way out. So if there are days and when I don't get time to enter in the classrooms, I take online sessions for them. I have just provided them Zoom link where every day they get connect, and we discuss not only on education, but I try to impart values and gratitude in them, because I feel gratitude is paramount. Values are the moral principles that guide our actions, but gratitude is the foundation of contentment and positive outlook. When students understand the importance of values like honesty, empathy, integrity, and when you also understand, when you feel, gratitude for your workplace, when you feel like, I have been a big fan of Rhonda Byrne the Bajik book. So I have been doing that practices for so long, for ages, and that's what I impart in my students as well. So I feel to give your best in your work is the biggest gratitude you can have towards God. In India, people pray a lot. They follow lots of lords and idols. There are, like it's been said, that there are 33 crores lords in India. We pray. So my mother has always taught me, like karma is the best religion you can ever follow. So for me, my karma is to teach students, to impart not only knowledge, but to impart values, to impart their culture and gratitude into them, to make them a perfect human being, a good human being, where they can be proud of themselves, not in terms of education, but they can serve to society in the wider sense, where they can communicate with everyone, where they can spread kindness in the world, and where they can make this world a better place to live in. So for that, the more gratitude you show your work, the more you get connected. You feel that it's your worship, it's your puja to do every day. So you find the ways. God just, universe just create the ways for you. There is always a way out. If you have a will, there's always a way.
There is always a way, and sometimes it is about communicating, because as you said, sometimes it's very difficult, and things are so well established. It's always challenging to bring change. Especially in such area and like education. So it's important to, like you said, to connect at a deeper level and to bring the values, the gratitude, and so that people understand it's not just about the conventional education. It's education for life, education on how we can become real human beings, instead of just looking at something that is really about getting a job and paying our bills later on. it has to be something bigger than that, where education is also about educating us, bringing the right value and the right things as human being. And I can see that Jess Page also mentioned it here. She's talking about the workplace culture to make them better human beings. Yeah, that's what it's all about, and serve society. And it is important that we see now that education, with people like you, it is going that way. It is more about value, more about gratitude, more about people becoming more human, looking at, becoming better human being. So that's really, really, really good. One question that I have as well is, going through all of this, what do you think is the key challenge right now for you to really bring this aspect of education, and how do you think we should approach it to be able to to go over this obstacle or the challenge that you're gonna you've identified.
Yeah. So key challenge, particularly in India, in
Mm-hmm.
government schools, is to bring student to the school.
Mm-hmm.
They have to earn their bread and butter at the earliest stage. They need to help their parents to get their bread and butter. So
Mm-hmm.
they avoid coming school sometimes. So it becomes
Mm-hmm.
a big task to bring them to school and then to teach them and to make them regular in their classes, into their studies, especially when it comes to girl child. So,
Mm-hmm.
they go to their high school sometimes or to their higher secondary, and after that, they feel like if there's a girl child, what she will do by studying this much.
Mm-hmm.
It is enough, okay, if she has done higher secondary or just a
Mm-hmm.
10th or something, that is just enough. They don't need to uh, learn a lot. How they will
Mm-hmm.
survive in their marriage life, they will not find a good groom, and all that things goes onwards. Like even in that few communities, those who belong to business class, so they don't want to come to schools. They are like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, we need to go in our business. What do we do by wasting our, it's like they are just why do we waste our time in education? We need to
Mm-hmm.
learn the practical things. So this is the major issue,
Mm-hmm.
which I feel India is having. So
Mm-hmm.
to overcome this, again, it comes like it's not a, four wall of classroom teaching.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
need to understand their situation. You need to interact most of the time one on one, not even with the students but with the parents. So
Parents.
it's a effort where being as a society, as a community, we all need to work together. We need to bring that awareness for education, that yes, education is the only tool which can bring change in their lives. So for that, we need to be in the constant touch of not only with the students but also with the parents, with the community, where we need to work all together, a collective effort where educators, parents, and the community work together will provide a stronger foundation for students to develop a sense of education, to have education, to grow as a society. That is most important. So it's just
Mm-hmm.
a collective effort where we all need to work all together. We need, and it's not a one day practice. Like, okay, I have, sometimes teachers get fed away with that. Okay, I've tried my best. I don't want to put more efforts. I've already tried, and children are not ready to be regular and they don't want to come to school. So it's not that there's no end. Like every day you have to start with the scratch. Sometimes you need to
Mm-hmm.
start with your effort with the zero again, and then you need to do the same efforts which you must have done 5 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
So for that, you need to be motivated. You need to
Mm-hmm.
be inspired. Okay, that this is the thing where I am. You have
Mm-hmm.
to remind yourself every day. Okay, if I have choose this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No, sometimes it happens. Being a human being, we get depressed. Okay, this is not what I needed. I cannot do this much. This is, I'm done for this. So I cannot put this much efforts. No, every day with a new hope, you have to wake up and you need to have that zeal okay, this is what I'm going to do today. This is what something special. Like every day when I start my day, I make a to-do list. I plan it, and when I enter in my class and whatever I do, I just say that already. I just say thank you to God, like thank you universe for the magnificent outcome for the day, for the sessions, for what I'm going to do. So every day you need to charge up yourself first before charging your student, before bringing the change in the society, because change starts from within. So you need to work on yourself every day to be the change maker, to bring that change in the society, and with the span of time being, of course, it works. Students also start understanding, when they get personally connect to you, they start feeling that zeal. Not like because of few personal issues, I was not going to school for last 3 4 days. I was not there. So like yesterday, it was Sunday, so they appeared to my place. Uh, we were just missing you. We wanted to see you. We wanted to talk to you. So this is how it happens when you personally get connect. So they love you as their parent. Most of my children, either they belong to primary background, or as I have taught in engineering colleges, B.Ed colleges. So they all take me as their mother figure. My son always says that you have been a mother of so many people for the entire, not only to me. So this is how things get changed. They get eager to come to school, and there's only a single way to to get connected, to get involved, to take your service as your worship. And it's like this is the thing what I'm born for. This is what I have to do. So don't take it as a 9 to 5 job where you need, where you do it for salary. Of course, I'm not saying money doesn't matter. Money matters, but uh, teaching is a profession where you don't go only for money. Like if I would have been done it for only for money, I would have been doing the same private sector job as a principal, as a power, and of course, money. Everything comes with that. So this is not always about for money or for being monotonous for your work. Okay, I do it like I see Insta reels and so many things where pages upload like, okay, it's Monday again. I have to do. No, it's Monday. Wow, I have to do. I have to do something useful today. I have to do something new, something creative with my students today. So that zeal, that appeal, if you will have for your work, not even teaching, not even education, the entire word scenario will change when you will put a wow factor in your work.
Wow, that's so powerful, and just capturing some of take your service as your worship. It is just so powerful to say that, because people, when they look at their job, and especially some of the teachers, sometimes it's just as a mechanical way, as something that doesn't really belong to their world. It's just something that you do. Go to work, earn your money, and deliver your service, and you're back. So, but this sentence is actually saying you have to be passionate about it. It's part of your life. It's part of you. Being an educator and changing, those student life, because it's about, making the change. Not only you changing yourself, because you also mentioned that change start from within. So you're changing yourself, but as a result, you're also changing the life of the student that you're teaching by, connecting deep at the deeper level with them. And I also like the fact that you said, every day you have to wake up with a new hope. Whatever the challenge you had yesterday, you have to forget about it, and you learn from it, and really bring new hope, and get going, and bring your new energy into it too, so that you can continue and keep giving the best for those students. So we're gonna have another break after this powerful all those powerful statements from Bharti, and we will be back for for to continue this conversation. So don't go anywhere. We'll get back, in few minutes.
My name is Kasia Trepanier. I'm from Hammond, Louisiana, which is about 30 minutes outside of New Orleans.
Our end thing is love, community, and never forget about the people that paved the way.
Art is the only medium to help us understand that there is a lot more to life than fight.
Whatever you do in your personal life trickles into your business life. And a lot of times people fail in business because they have not succeeded in life.
I want to be able to be contributing, one of those guys that really are doing significant work to better the lives of people.
Every change is linked to a consciousness raising, and change is conscious. And if you want to change something in your life, start with your breathing. Start to work on your breathing.
Leave something for people to learn from. Make a video, write a book, teach. Go around, teach the younger generation or the next generation to help them become or follow the path that you've been.
So welcome back. We are here with Bharti and we are being inspired. If you're just joining us, Bharti is my guest today, all the way from India. And we're talking about, how we connect with, students at the deepest level. And she has shared, her experience and also the challenges and how she goes about, overcoming those challenges that she faces, as, she continue her work as an educator of student, most of them from, underprivileged background. So one thing that, I always ask myself is, do you have like a routine? Because the challenges are there and you mentioned them. So do you have a particular routine that will help you to really stand strong and continue to push your passion? I think you mentioned a little bit of it, but just want to know a little bit more of, the routine that you use to stay positive and to stay strong and keep going.
So the routine which I follow to stay positive, the first thing in the morning I do, I always have my gratitude journal with me. So the morning I wake up, I write whatever blessings I have in my life. So, being an educator, the biggest blessing I have is my students in my life. So it's not always about, sometimes people think, okay, you have class of 40 students and you need to work on all of them. And if it doesn't work, you take a back step. Okay, it doesn't work. No, it's not like that. Your aim should be like every day, every morning, I have an aim that I have to bring the change in everyone's life, whomsoever I met, at least not the big one, but at least to bring a smile on their faces. So I never go for like, okay, I need to bring a change of everyone's life. No, even if I bring a change in student of one student life, so that makes a big thing. Like, okay, everyone cannot be Einstein, but at least one can be. And if we can contribute to bring the change in the life of that one student, I am good to go. I'll be able to face the God. Like, okay, I have done this thing in my life. I have not wasted it and I have not just worked for the money. I have worked for something bigger. I have my bigger goals. I need to serve the world in a better way. I need to make this world a happier place to live for everyone. The way we are looking things around us, the wars and everything. No, we are not in this world to create a war. We are here to
Mm-hmm.
spread love, to spread peace,
Mm-hmm.
to spread happiness. So we don't need to think like, okay, I cannot do something for Ukraine or Russia. It's okay. I cannot do something for Iran. No, it's okay. Do something where you are,
Mm-hmm.
instead of thinking like, okay, you're not going on a bigger space. It's okay where you are, whatever you are doing, give your 100% into that. Do it with that proper love, with that proper gratitude to your work, and there will be a time when it will spread far away, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There are so many people across the globe working from India.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure when they must have started their life journey, they would have never thought about it, right? But
Mm-hmm.
their goodness started spreading everywhere. When I started my career in 2010 as a pre-primary teacher, I never thought that I'll be having this wonderful platform sharing with you and sharing my views all over the audience across the globe. So things happen, things start happening when
Mm-hmm.
you give your 100% in your work. When it comes into your routine, things start changing. So the routine
Mm-hmm.
which I follow is that the first of all, when morning I wake up, I say thank you to the universe for giving me this wonderful opportunity to bring the change, to bring the happiness, to bring smiles in everyone's life. I write blessings whatever I have in my life. I decide
Mm-hmm.
my I say it magical to do list, like whatever I'm going to do this. I already say thank you in advance for that. Like, okay, I'm like in the morning when I wake up today, I just already thank God for this and wonderful session with you and whatever I'll be doing for the day. So for all that, already thanked. And then when you are already thanked for things, you already are hopeful that, okay, I'm going to do this today, and this is going to be the one of the best day of my life. It
Mm-hmm.
it comes in your routine that you give your best over there. You be in that moment. So it's all
Mm-hmm.
about be in that moment wherever you are, whatever you are doing. Don't think about, okay, generally teachers do that. Okay, in the next lecture I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to prepare for this lesson plan. No, just be there where you are. Be
Mm-hmm.
there
Mm-hmm.
100%, be in that moment. That's what matters. So you will be able to give your 100% instead of thinking about your entire day routine. Okay, I have to go home and then I have to do all that things. No,
Mm-hmm.
be where you are, and you don't have to follow that routine. The routine will follow you.
Okay, all right, not a problem. And I like that when you said you don't have to follow the routine will follow you. Because sometimes we put so much energy, designing the routine, planning, that we completely forgot about the essential, like you said, to be in the moment and to give our 100% at this specific moment and really dedicate all the energy, especially the positive energy that we have to make this moment special, and in your case special for your children, the student that you are teaching. And it is something to remind us, because we don't live in the moment, that all the tension that we see around the world are because of that, because we don't live in the moment. Either we live in the past, or we try to get something that is in the future, and we completely forget to the precious moment that we are in, to really enjoy this particular moment and give our 100% to make it the best moment of our life. So thank you for reminding us. And I see that Jess is it's still commenting. She's been on fire today. I will not be able to bring all the comment that she have. And she's talking about creating growth, which is important, as a teacher. And also, she's mentioning that hopeful in heart and the setup of the future. So we have to be, hopeful. We have to be positive. We have to believe
Exactly.
that we will bring, something better, and that it will have a ripple effect, in the way as well. So So just to remind again, the audience today, we have the opportunity to host Bharti, and she has been amazing in terms of explaining to us how she connect at a deeper level with her student, and the impact that it creates not only for them but also for the community where they are, for their parents, and for herself as a teacher as well, because it is also something that that bring positivity into our life. And Bari, you are the author of a book, and just wanted to know how it came about, and I think the how you came about, writing this book, and just give us, what this book is really all about. But I can already see that it resonates with whatever you've shared today with us. And just want to give you the opportunity to tell us about the book and what is, it's all about, and what you expect any reader to get from this book.
Thank you so much. This book has come, like, for me, writing is a therapy. So
Mm-hmm.
whenever I used to have any thought process or whatever comes in my mind, sometimes under stress or sometimes while having enjoying the rain or whatever it may be. So whatever thoughts used to come in my mind, I used to write it down. I used to put it on my social media every now and then. And one fine day, one of my friend just told me, "Why don't you convert these thoughts in a form of book?" And I said, "No, I don't feel like." So she just shared it with so many authors at international level, and they all appreciated it. And somehow she convinced me, which was already my dream, that I need to come up with a book. So this book is, as the name suggests, Love Life in You. So this is about the relationship with your parents, with your siblings, with your spouse, with your loved ones. So it speaks about the relationships which you share in your in your life, in the span on this earth. So that is all about the relationship, which and a reader should go through it deeply to understand each word. First of all, to relationship with your own self, because that's what
Mm-hmm.
matters. Sometimes we want to give the entire things to the to others. So first, if your vessel is full, if
Mm-hmm.
your heart is full of feelings, then only you'll be able to impart it to others, right? So it
Mm-hmm.
is about your self love, about the others' relationships, whatever you have in your entire life. So every one of you should go through it once
Mm-hmm.
in a lifetime, and it's easily available on all the platforms, on Amazon, on Notion Press, everywhere you can find it, and it's quite cheaper as well. As I haven't kept my royalty in that, I'm not
Mm-hmm.
getting any profit from this. I just wanted to bring it to the world that life is good enough and still love exists. Love is
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
always there. It was there and it will be there. Like, nowadays we don't believe in love. We believe in like one night stand, or
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
situationship. There is not about relationship. It is about situationship.
Relationship,
So
yeah.
so real love exists. It always exists. And we can bring the change in the society only by spreading love. It's not about love between between a spouse, or between a girlfriend boyfriend. It's a love about having empathy for every person, every individual who comes into your contact, whom
Mm-hmm.
you met directly or indirectly, maybe on a call, or maybe like whomsoever you feel connected. So it's about having
Mm-hmm.
empathy, and the more you spread love, the more you get happiness around yourself. There's just an incident I had a few days ago. Like, I was not having my own vehicle at that time, and I just had a public transport. And there was a
Mm-hmm.
lady, who was driving that car, so that cab. So when I board it off, I just said thank you for reaching my place with lots of care. I really enjoyed your ride. And the smile she was having, I just said, I love you
Mm-hmm.
for this. and the smile she was having on her face, that was tremendous. And this is what I feel, this is what love is. So this all kind of love with your parents, with your siblings, with your spouse, that you will be finding in my book. So please do have a read once, it's available everywhere. And thank you.
Oh, fantastic. And it is again, aligned with whatever message that you've just shared, which is the love, And I like the fact that, the more you spread love, the more you have happiness in your life. And that's what people sometimes don't understand is that, loving is about, bringing happiness into your own life. It's not about the person that you love. Yes, it is the person that you love as well, because you make this person feel good, but it is about you, as a human being, bringing this positive energy into your life, the love that you spread, which is coming back to you as happiness. Wow, just so powerful. And we've been really, empowered today, through this conversation with you, Bharti. And I thank you for all the share, for you sharing your experience, but your wisdom, in whatever you do, and in really bringing, the best to I feel like, those students that you're teaching are so lucky to have, all this wisdom coming to them, every single day, and having you dedicated, 100% of your work to make sure that, they become, the leaders that we need. They become the human being that we need. People who spread love, people who really, build, others, and bring the right value to the world, so that humanity can progress. And
One thing I would like to add. I'm sorry interrupting you. So
yeah.
Again, when it's about love, so love, it starts within. Every
Mhm.
morning when I wake up, I go to washroom. I watch. I look into the mirror and I say, "I love you, Bharti. I love
Mhm.
you for the way you are. I love you for whatever you are doing, and I love you for what you are not even doing. I
Mhm.
accept you the way you are, and accept you whatever you do in your life, and accept you whatever you are not doing." Because
Mhm.
sometimes we just be in that guilt. I should have done this. I should have done that. No, whatever you are doing, and I love you for that. So when you start loving yourself, there's a book, and her name
Mhm.
is Louise. So he has also written that book about self love, that when you start talking with a mirror, when you start loving yourself for 21 days, you start your over aura change, your personality change. So it is about, again, loving first your own self. So everything
Mhm.
starts first within you. So whosoever is listening, I would like to say that please love yourself, whosoever you are, whatever you are doing, wherever you are, just love the way you are.
Mhm. 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 Mhm.
That's what
Mhm.
matters. So every morning when you wake up, just say, "I love you" with your name. "I love you, Bharti. I love you
Mhm.
the way you are. I love you whatever you are doing in your life, and I love you with what you are not doing." So
Mhm.
accepting yourself is must.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And that's important to to say, because we always want perfection, and perfection doesn't exist. We have to accept
Exactly.
that we are imperfect. There are things that we're going to do really well, and that there are other things that we're going to miss, but it doesn't make us less human. It doesn't make us less lovable. We have to continue to love ourselves, and to continue to accept that we will make mistake. We will fall short. It's going to be short sometime, but it's about love, continuing to love ourselves, so that we learn from those mistake or those shortfall, and do better, at later on, and really understand that it's not about us as human being. It's more about us growing, and this growth comes with shortfalls, and this growth comes with difficult moments as well, but we have to still love ourselves and the way we are. Thank you for reminding us this message. And just wanted to know how people can connect with you, Bharti, because obviously this wisdom that you have. We can't capture it in 1 hour. It needs to, people needs to really connect at the deepest level with you, so that they can, have, continue this conversation that we started today. So how do people connect with you?
So here are my social media links, my mail IDs. I'm available on all social media like LinkedIn, YouTube. I have uploaded few videos as well. Every now and then I do that. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, everywhere. So whatever is convenient to you, you can connect to me and have a good interaction.
Okay, fantastic. So just gonna go slow a little bit. If you want to connect on Facebook, this is the link. So you can connect with Bharti on Facebook, and she is also on Instagram. She mentioned, so you can also connect with her. Here is the link, and then you can connect on LinkedIn as well. There's a link here as well that you can see on your screen, and she has a YouTube channel, so you can get more of her, the wisdom that because whatever she shared was just an appetizer, I think. So go on a YouTube channel and get to to be more familiar with her work. A book can be found on Amazon. There is the print book. So this is the link here. So if you want to, I'll put all those information in a comment when we finish this conversation. And there's also the ebook for the international audience if you want to, if you want to follow up and read this the book that she's written, Love, Life, and You. So thank you again, Bharti, for being with us. Do you have a last? Obviously, you've given us this message, but do you have a last message to, for the audience before we leave this platform today?
Yeah. So I would wind up with the things that, especially for the teachers, that life is not solely achieved through textbook and lectures. It requires a personal touch, the inculcation of values, and an appreciation of gratitude. As an educator, as a mentor, it's our duty to connect with our students on a deeper level, guiding them towards being responsible, compassionate, and well rounded individuals. By doing so, we will not only enrich the lives of our students, but we will also contribute to the betterment of the society as a whole. So let us work together to inspire the next generation and to help them discover their potential and purpose in this ever changing world, because the world is changing every moment, and sometimes you also need to be lenient for the rules which you must be following for your classrooms, for your life. Be lenient, be kind to yourself, to the world around you, to your students, to everyone, because every individual has their own story. You just need to read the in between lines, which is sometimes lacking. So that reading in between lines is must to understanding the individual as a person is must.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for that. And I also want to thank Paige, Jess Page here. She has been, amazing, commenting and bringing her own perspective.
Yeah.
And
Thank you,
as you
Jess.
can see, she's thanking you for your inspiration and, being a beautiful person. So thanks really for your input as well, Jess Page, and continue to follow us. So that's the end for us today. There is, like I said, I will put all the detail on how to connect with Bharti in the future if you want to continue, to get, more from her and to really connect at the deepest level. I'll put all the details. And I thank you for watching this. For those who are gonna watch the replay, please don't hesitate to ask any question or let us know if you want to connect with Bharti as well. I'll make sure that it happens. And I will be back for another episode of the Greatness Engineering Hour show on Friday. And Friday, we will be staying in Perth, Australia. I'm going to have an amazing, game changer, an amazing leader talking about men empowerment, which is, something different from what we've been used to. it will be very interesting because this particular individual is doing an amazing work empowering men, because they need to be empowered as well. Sometimes we don't feel it, but it is, an imperative as well. So thank you again, Bharti, for your time, for your wisdom, for your insight, and for helping my audience to go to the next level of their greatness. So thank you very much, and you
Thanks
enjoy
to
the
you.
rest of your day. And I hope you've enjoyed the experience of being, gracing this platform. I did certainly enjoy, the conversation that we
Same here.
have, and I've learned so much from you today. So thank you very much, and see you all on Friday.
Thank you very much for having me.